Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Minnie and Patricia again, and today we're going to talk about forgiveness and how important it is to forgive. I do want to say that whatever I project in my videos is my own opinions and thoughts, and those that come to me from the other side. I am what I would call a spiritual medium. I am not a psychic medium. My basic goal in life is to bring healing to those that are grieving, let them know that life does go on and that God is real and heaven is real by bringing up things from those that have passed of their loved ones that can't be looked up, that people don't talk about, or just things that prove to them that is their loved ones. So anyway, what I'm hoping to do with this channel is bring some inspiration and guidance on life situations and things that are important at the soul level, so that when we leave this earth, we can leave here in peace. So today we're going to talk about forgiveness, and I'm going to read from my book, Life is Just a Moment in Time, which I've written. This is one of my books that I've written basically on thoughts that were given to me from the other side, and I was pretty much told I had to write a book about. So let's get into this forgiveness, the idea of forgiveness, and see hopefully how that helps. Please bear in mind I'm not a good reader, so I tend to sometimes get ahead of myself and I get choked up in between, so bear with me. Okay, so chapter 4 in this book is forgiveness. Is there someone in your life that needs your forgiveness? Maybe you feeling that person or persons hurt you so bad that you can never forgive. Being able to forgive is not only a gift to those that hurt you, but a gift to yourself. When you are unforgiving, it hurts you more than you realize. Just think about all the bad things we do as humans, yet God forgives us if we ask Him to. Forgiveness is the greatest gift we can give someone in this life, and also those that have passed on, that have done things to us that were wrong. I really do not believe that if we leave this earth without forgiving those that hurt us in some way, we can enter heaven with purity of the soul. This might make it difficult for us to progress in heaven. Maybe this just makes sense to me, but I feel this is true somehow. The hardest thing in the world for us as humans to do is to forgive. I never could understand why that is until I began to search my own soul and figure out why it is important to forgive. You see, my father and I did not have the greatest relationship for many reasons that I will not go into, but I finally found it within myself to forgive him. I was able to forgive him mainly because, being a medium, I realized from what Spirit tells me that they do not realize how they hurt us until they leave this world. From what I understand, when we leave this world, we are made to feel the pain we caused others on this earthly plane. It is not until then that many realize how their behavior had hurt others. So you see, it's important for us to be able to forgive those that hurt us in some way. Not only do we benefit in this life, but we will also benefit in the afterlife from doing so. We benefit in this life because we rid ourselves of the friction and anxiety this can cause in a relationship. I have to admit that while I have forgiven my father, that does not change the fact that I feel cheated, in that our relationship should have been better and more loving, and a more loving one here, and I feel I missed out on a lot because of that friction between us. Just because we forgive doesn't mean we do not have scars and that we forget what we've been through. We just need to learn to overcome the bad feelings and try to go on and try to do better. God has forgiven all through Jesus and His sacrifice, so I think the least we can do is forgive those who have caused us hurt, because after all, this life is temporary and a learning experience for us. We need to learn to love unconditionally, and no matter what we endure in life. My family could very well have given up on God when we lost our little boy Bryce. A loss with this kind of magnitude could very easily have angered us to the point of never again believing in God and His loving grace. Instead, that loss made us more faithful and more loving. We believe our family was given the ultimate test when this event happened, and I hope that we have passed the test and learned a very important life lesson on forgiveness. Some people might say that it is easier said than done. Well, I'm telling you, this is one lesson we all need to learn. Maybe your situation is still ongoing and you have not forgiven. I'm suggesting you get over it and forgive before God decides to give you a harsher test, just like the one we had to learn from. Forgive now and be grateful before your test becomes one like ours and is very hard to bear. I truly believe the more we are unforgiving, the more tests we have to go through until we realize how important it is to forgive. Forgiving must be one of the very important lessons we need to learn here in the physical plane. Otherwise, why would our God have sacrificed his only son so we may be forgiven? Being unforgiving of someone may not seem to be a big deal while it is happening, but suppose, for instance, you are mad at your mother or father and they pass away and you've never got to resolve the situation that caused you to hurt. How are you going to feel after they are gone and the opportunity to forgive has disappeared? Supposedly, by not forgiving, it has created a friction so big that you never spent time together, and all the time you lost of being together could never be made up. How is this going to make you feel? Although we can forgive them after they are gone, it is not the same as letting things go while they are here with us. Time that could have been spent together that was not because of conflict can never be made up. I cannot help but wonder if I had forgiven my father while he was still here, if this event of losing my grandson Bryce may not have happened. You see, I knew my father was dying, yet I left without saying goodbye and forgiving him. The guilt I feel over this is tremendous. This is so unlike me, but the hurt I felt was so much that it made me numb where my father was concerned. Do not let this happen to you. It is not worth it. All it takes is 2 words, and those 2 words are, I'm sorry. I'm going to explain a little bit further about some of the things in there. My father, he had his issues. Generally, he did provide for us. He took care of us financially and with our basic needs, but really wasn't there emotional for us. There was 5 kids in our family, 3 girls, and the girls, for some reason, he treated as second-class citizens. We didn't matter as much as the boys, and some of the things that he did in life really hurt. When my father passed away, I really hadn't really recognized my gift or my life purpose, and I was very unforgiving at the time. And although I knew my father was going to die, I never told him I forgave him in life. I know he knows I forgive him now, but it's not the same. You can't go back and redo life. So if you have someone that you have a conflict with, that's your close to you or should be close to you, maybe it's time to take that first step and reach that olive branch out and try and make amends before it's too late. There's always 2 sides to the story. I mean, everybody's got faults. I mean, it's not usually a one-sided thing, although sometimes I guess it could be. But for the most part, when we have conflict with others, every party is involved is usually guilty of something. So what I meant by progressing in the halls of heaven, what not forgiving may hinder you from progressing in heaven. What I mean by that is, from what I understand, heaven is several levels. And I believe this because what it says in the Bible, my Father has many mansions. Jesus says, my Father has many mansions. I believe those are levels or neighborhoods or, and I believe by how much of your testing and how much your soul level has progressed to love depends on how high in the halls of heaven you go. It's sort of like being in school and graduating from grade to grade. So if there is someone that you're having a conflict with or estranged from, and you have it in you to forgive, that's not only good for them, it's good for you. It's probably more good for you than it is for them, because your soul is going to be cleansed of this unforgiveness, and you've done everything you could do. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye for now. When I'm done with this book, this life is just a moment in time, I'm going to start talking about angels and how they affect our life. So I hope you'll stay tuned, subscribe, and give us a like if you happen to like what you're hearing on here. And I'm going to be making many videos to start off. I'll probably slow down at some point, but when I get done with doing videos about this book, I'm going to go into another book that I've written. It's called Getting to Know God's Angels. A lot of people don't realize that God gave us angels to help us through life, and all we have to do is ask. And you'll be surprised at how your life changes once you do. So I'll go into that in the near future once I get done with these, kind of guidance from the other side on how to deal with certain situations in life. I'll get to the Angels book. So I hope you'll stick around for that, and you'll subscribe and give us a like, and check us out on Facebook, and check out my Amazon books if you're so inclined. I do offer them free on Kindle Select from time to time, usually once a month. So thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next video. For now, God bless.